I'll click the record button and say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
It is going all right.
That's good. I am also all right. In between. I'm out of frame now because of the new chair. Everything sucks. Okay. All right. We're here with it. Hey, man, you got a deck. What do you want to do?
So as always, my one goal is to just catch anything I may have missed that would be spicy. But also, block zones are not in the best place. And I maybe would want the deck a little bit smaller, but there are some numbers issues maybe in general that you will see, not just with blocks.
Everything looks good here.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you're talking to me, to be honest.
Yeah, true. So, I really like what the deck can
Everything looks good here.
I like
it looks great.
But we got some numbers that are going on here.
Yeah, okay. I dig it. Let's get it rocking.
Yeah. So basically what the deck is trying to do, I'll give you my elevator pitch before you even ask me, is give things speed so that we can actually hit people. Right? Because Ibara's got the damage down. We're fine on damage, right? We're good. +2 on everything feels just fine. But we're just not hitting people enough with them. So we've got a zipline dart that's gonna give almost everything in the deck 2 speed except for back alley. And we've got stuff like Knife Slice because that's fast. But then also you saw Friend of Animals give speed. And so we've got Friend of Animals, we've got Carbo Loading that can commit it, and we suddenly have commit for +2/+3, which is nutty.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Or Rescue Completed is there to also just commit for +3 speed. So we're trying to do stuff like that. Right, so that we can actually smack them with the attacks that are really big, right? Stuff like Cannon Blast that gets gigantic on its own, stuff like Home Run Comet that gets gigantic on its own, and then just getting them fast enough that they just die.
Makes sense. If speed is the goal, I can certainly figure that out. I am here for it. I'm a big fan of increasing the speed number. It is one of the easiest, best ways to play the game. Yeah. I'll look real quick. Oh, this thing? You've got this in here? Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool in Ibara, right? Because even if we're not, I've even had strings where I'll play an attack and then say my next low ignores, play one foundation, play the capture net, get that foundation out, and then play a home run comet. Right? Stuff like that. So it's a cool card.
Okay. So I've added a bunch of stuff. Just an absolute bunch of stuff. First and foremost, I think window shopping is really neat in a deck like yours. If you have any amount of guaranteeing the 5 on top or finding a low that doesn't count as progressive, I think there's some cool moves you get to do with that. The next thing that I have is Piercing Needle as an attack. It is extra damage from the momentum whenever you do it, and it itself gets speed, right? So it's a 6 for 3, but you make it 6 for 5, maybe 6 for 6, maybe 6 for 5.
Right.
If you play it second. So I think this card is really good. I don't know what your high blocks look like. They probably look a little stacked. You're playing creeping, which is good. It's a low, right? It's one of the
Part of me is not caring about this card.
Creeping?
The more, yeah.
Yeah, this card sucks.
The more,
This card's blank as hell.
The more I play this character, like it feels like, oh yeah, you're gonna get the free 4 damage, but I don't know, man. It doesn't feel like it does as much.
Yeah, it should probably just be this thing instead, as long as you're down with losing the low block, right? Battle Resolve Setup Strike is how you get speed on your moves, right? It says +3/+3 to the next.
Sure.
Note taking, depending on the amount of punches, it looks like it's just back alley and then Setup Strike if we decide to add it. Self-sacrifice not being in your deck is weird. Tongue Whip is a big bomb at the end. Maybe it's like a 2 of, right? It's like the same idea as like your home run Comet Cannon Blast is coming at a different angle. Like you could easily just play like a double create capture net and then double Tongue Whip to do something along those lines.
Yeah.
Okay. From there we have a look at the foundations that I added. We already talked about window shopping, right? How it looks. Battle Resolve is how you get plus or minus speed depending, right? And it's a good target to add in with back alley. Being able to on your attack turn commit both for +3 speed is great, especially when you have your thing not count as progressive. As long as you can keep these guys up, check a 5, and then or even like you check the 3 on your 4 diff, commit Ibara, and then you left these 2 up, commit it for the +3 speed. That's how you get there. Glamorous, if they interact with your speed stat at all, right? They give you -1 speed. You're just like, +3. And then lastly, Hero's Inspiration. After it's checked, +2 speed or +2 damage. I'm sure you're probably going to pick speed because you've already increased the damage. And then add this card to your card pool to draw a card, and you just build it right back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you don't have to combo this with the foundation, right? And add it. You just like have this in here, and it's just as opposed to this building one, it just draws you a card instead.
Yeah, or if this is at the end of like I play 1 attack, 3 foundations, a capture net, building that 1 foundation wasn't doing anything anyway. Right?
Yeah.
Now it does. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. And it's a low block, which is pretty okay in your deck.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's my first thoughts on like what I've added. What of the things that I've put in the sideboard do you like and not like?
I do like that idea of Hero Inspiration. I like. Is window shopping a 2 diff?
It is a 2 diff. Yeah, it's a 2/5/3 mid block with an amazing Shoji enhance that we can't overlook.
Of course. I think part of my struggle with wanting to add more 2 diffs is the 3 diffs that I already have.
We'll
right?
talk about those. I don't think you need all of them.
Sure. I think window shopping is something I'm interested in trying. I think I'm gonna find myself whiffing on it a lot.
Sure.
But
then let's get rid of it. It just doesn't have to be in the conversation, right? The other thing I like about this card, going back to Hero's Inspiration, I think it should probably be a 4 of. Your character doesn't care about adding cards to the card pool on the one that you're gonna ignore, right? And so you're just like, yeah, I'll just slam all these up and draw a bunch of cards and then let them go, right? It's fine.
Yeah.
They can leave. I'm still just gonna play this on a 5. This is still on a 5.
Yeah, and drawing cards is important, right? Because I've definitely drawn no attacks before, or 1 attack and cried.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you feel about Battle Resolve as an idea?
I'm iffy on it. I have just seen it not do anything enough times in games, but it is a 0 diff, so that's kind of nice.
It just answers the question, the problem that you had, right?
Right.
It just answers the question, right? It's probably better than floating, right? To do the job that you want.
True. All right.
This card is a kill you card, and this card is a I make the one move that I wanted to hit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's an interesting idea, swapping it for floating and then.
Or you could swap it for like tight-lipped, right? Like floating is a better card than tight-lipped, and tight-lipped it does the same job as floating. So why not diversify what we got going on? I want to put 4 Battle Resolve in your deck just so we can go find them with back alleys.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do, but I get not necessarily wanting to do that.
Yeah, we can try it. Okay. And then if I find I'm not doing enough damage anymore, then I'll have to figure it out, right? Because I do get a lot of damage off of floating and tight-lipped, right?
You just so this is coming off of the experience that I played with Momo and talking to Kevin about it. Tight lip. He put tight lip at a 1 of. I put tight lip at a 1 of, and I never missed it. I didn't miss it one time, just because of how much work floating does. To be fair, Momo gets to cheat with floating, but like you never get you don't get a payoff anymore for flipping your board. There's no frog lashing coming at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So like that flipped resource under the life symbol, we can't stand. We want all of our cards to be face up because like we don't have that payoff anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
I might miss the block more than anything, but
sure, yeah. But that's why we play like things like 4 rescue completed as opposed to things like Friends of Animals, which like I get that this is cool, but we're adding in a card that's doing something slightly better. This card doesn't do anything in your deck. It only does something if this card is out, which you're playing a 1 of.
Well, yeah, carbo loading and rescue completed.
I think this card is also not what you need. You don't need this card. You don't need this one. You need this one. Play 4 of this one. Or are we not playing 4 of this? You said I need speed. Give it speed.
Sure. Commit 2 is expensive.
Sure. You're killing them.
Sure.
Like, I don't think you do this on every attack, right?
Yeah.
But, like, this is a 10 low for 8, and you committed 2 resources. It's 10 low for 8, you played on a 5. Yeah, commit your 2 resources and be chill with it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting here trying to convince ourselves to play this, and this is commit 2 resources for +3 speed, whereas this is at minimum 4 speed, right? Here's 4, here's 4, here's 4, here's 4, here's 3. I mean, this is the lowest exchange rate because we're never going to use this card on these cards. In fact, we're cutting this card, right? So like, committing 2 resources for +4 speed is insane. It's very good. It's very, very good. Yeah. Yeah. So thoughts? I want to get rid of carbo loading and Friends of Animals, and I want to put this at a 3 of minimum. Minimum. I want it to be 4, but 3 is fine.
I just like carbo loading. I just like being able to re-ready it. That's kind of like part of the sneakiness of this deck too. Is give things like tons of damage.
How do you gain health?
We gain health with Knife Slice. We gain health with Excited for Blood. We gain health with Recovery Girl's Kiss.
Huh.
And like we know our Knife Slice is hitting if we can make it a little bit faster, right? So the idea is
sideboarding Toga?
No.
I think this card has got Toga's face on it, not Ibara's.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, this card does what this card is the other side of the coin of Toga, whereas this card's the other side of the coin of Ibara, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm down to put carbo loading in. Can we at least switch the numbers, right? I feel like you're just not gonna miss this card, and then you're going to want this card. You get this card out, and it says that your Knife Slice kill people, right? The crazy part about this card's deadlock is not the damage, it's the speed. And this is the deadlock enhance on turn 2.
Yeah. For sure.
The other thing that we could do instead of killing the tight lips, if you miss the blocks, is you could just take out Recovery Girl's Kiss and put in the Battle Resolves.
True. Yeah, I mean, if we're only doing one carbo loading, then yeah, we could do.
This card also heals you, buddy.
True.
It heals you on defense as opposed to offense, but it does heal you.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. It is a flip commit cost, and so you get to re-ready one of these that's been committed. But like, how do I convince you to put 4 of this card in your deck?
We can try it at 4.
It's got a low block, which is nuts. It says that you get to block things for free, right? Like insanely free. It's just good. And then how do I get the 2 Walklings out? And we put in 4 Face Shield.
I Gotta keep the wall clings. I feel like there's too much speed that there's so many times where I'm holding a face shield and like I needed a +2 or a +1 block, or like I do block with a shield,
Sure.
and then later in the string I can't block because I had to commit so much for it.
Fair.
Yeah, I
Fair,
think
fair.
like having like a combination of them in the side and having like 2 and 2 maybe in main or something like that, and then siding out if it's like a, just based on the situation.
Okay.
I feel like I've learned to like wall cling a lot more, because again, people are doing stuff where things are just so fast, and I think that evade and copy plus wall cling is real.
Did I lose you?
And you block it.
I missed everything. I missed the last 15 seconds.
I was just mentioning that evade and copy with wall cling is like invaluable.
And you have to have evade copy in your deck. This is one of those budging things.
I think so. I've like won games because of it. Okay. I've survived games because of it so many times.
Okay.
Yeah.
New training method. We're playing a lot of 3 diffs. We should put this at a 4 of to free build our 3 diff.
Okay. Yeah, we can go to 4.
Yeah. Okay, so the big thing that we have to do now is we just have to include low blocks, which means that we have to make some of these cuts. The first first off, let's figure out what we're gonna add, and then we can take stuff away. Right, that's easy. Here's inspiration. I think this needs to be a 3 of, if not 4.
Cool.
How you feel about self-sacrificing glamorous?
I like. We can sneak glamorous in there.
Okay. At a 2 of, and then how you feel about self-sac? You currently don't have a way to get out of deadlock consistently. That's offensive, right? You've got release, but this card like is actually useful over and over again. It also, if we're gonna take out the tight-lipped, it is like it's tight-lipped job, but has a low block instead.
Sure. Yeah, we can do like 1 or 2.
I think 2 is the right number. And then let's see what that does for us for low blocks. I think 16 is a fine number. I think 16 is totally fine. 30 highs. Let's look at our block zones and see what we got block zone wise. A singleton. We love that. High.
Yeah.
Can I take creeping and fine eruption and bring it down to a bring it out and put in piercing needle? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think about what's that ultra rare, that electromagnetic stomp?
It's cute. You're not playing the combo with it, so I think it's only cute. You're not playing zero gravity lift. And zero gravity lift is the way to make that card actually like be impactful.
Sure. Okay. I just know it has a good low block on it, so I've like always considered it, but at the same time, I've always been kind of like, I don't know if it does anything. I've never actually tried running it in a deck.
I think you're good on low blocks now, right? I think that card is incredible with zero gravity lift, right? I play a zero gravity lift on 1 turn, and then it leaves, and then I play the stomp, zero gravity lift, it leaves. I commit a foundation, I pick up the stomp after I've played another move. I play the stomp. Like that's like great value, great value. It's like a different copy of Meteor Shower. The other big thing is that combo is really good in Momo, strictly because like you have a foundation that says it gets to ready itself after you pick up the stomp, and so like you don't actually pay anything for it. It's just a free attack. And so like, I don't think it necessarily needs to belong in here, but it's cool.
Yeah, I also thought it'd be another target for Friends of Animals.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. I'm trying to get that card out of your deck if it's any consolation. So, I think it is one of the first high blocks that gets to go. How do you feel about Setup Strike in your deck?
I like it. I do like that card a lot. It was in the original like almost 70 card build of this.
Love it. Are you if you had to cut something in order to play it, what would you cut? Is it just to create capture net and just realize you've only got 6 targets for for Ibara.
Yeah, that's getting really low on lows though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like she's like I'm not gonna do anything. Like I already sometimes have turns where like I don't see a low, right? And so it feels bad. I don't think we can go any lower than 8. Like ideally I would want it to be at 10 lows, honestly, but I can't go any lower than 8, I don't think.
I mean, I guess this card does take care of the idea of what Setup Strike does. So maybe we just let it rock and just see how it works, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because this card has been really cool.
Okay.
Just giving the next thing 2 speed, and the caveat is unless it's it doesn't give speed to piercing needles, right?
It's a weapon.
Oh, it is a weapon. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so still the only thing is the 2 back alleys is the only thing that doesn't get hit by it. But if I'm doing that, I'm playing back alley first then.
Probably.
Yeah, like there's no reason.
Yeah. I didn't think it. We'll leave that alone. I love Decky's Notebook. I think the inclusion of this is very cool. It just like you get them low hand size and then like, yeah. I totally get what you're doing here. One ray gets echo.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that. I think that's fine. What's this number got to be?
Maybe I like smaller. Maybe 60 is where I would like.
9
maybe no
cards
higher
gotta
than,
come out of this deck.
no higher than 62.
Ooh. Okay, 62 I can live with. You ready? First and foremost, I think Animal Friendness needs to get the fuck out of here. I think this card is not good enough to doing the thing that it wants to do. The bottom hands doesn't exist.
Right.
It's just
right.
It's a 3. If it didn't have the bottom hands printed on it, you would laugh at this card.
Sure.
And an ally attack. This card is this card shouldn't be in your deck.
Okay.
It just shouldn't be. Release gets to be a 3 of. Because we got to cut high blocks.
Okay.
Block zone. Constantly improving. I want to push this up to a 3 if we can. Is that okay?
Okay, we can try that, yeah.
I think this card has to be in there. Block zone. Where are we at? 27, 66 cards, 20 attacks. We have to play assets for this thing. Or we want to play assets for this thing. Given this thing 2 speed is not necessarily important.
Right.
Cool, it's not important. It's a 4 damage move, right? Because like you're probably playing it first. So like it being fast, like they're not gonna block it anyways. They're gonna block the thing that gets a +3 speed.
Yeah.
So, like,
sometimes I'll play it second, but yeah.
Yeah. 2 easy cuts could just be these quick creations, but like that's good deadlock threat. But nobody can go to deadlock next format. Deadlock's too good. Can I put evade and copy down to a 1 of? Is that okay?
We can try it.
I'm just trying to make room. If necessary, just put the other one in your sideboard, right?
Yeah.
55. I guess we just take out the 2 glamorous. 63. So this is 63, and we haven't done anything with Battle Resolve.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to try this list as is with these small changes and then figure out, like, take mental notes of between floating, recovery, girl's kiss, tight-lipped, what you want to mess with, block zone, or which one's doing the most that you could replace it with, like, 4 copies of Battle Resolve. But I think Battle Resolve is actually going to be the answer that you need for making something relevant and to make something happen.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. You only ever need 2 copies of it on the board, right? But as soon as you have your 2 copies, it's just like you'll keep them forever, and then this thing gets this thing is a 6-eye instead of whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and oftentimes we're playing that zip line first, right?
To give it another 2 speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an 8 high for whatever. That's good. 8 high coming in for 7 to start, not to mention everything else.
And then if they like the other fun thing about this deck is you've got Home Run Comet and and Cannon Blast that are both terrifying and huge, right? So I play those like second or third, and then I play a low for free that also is somehow big, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I dig it. I think this is a totally fine spot to be in. I think 63 is a fine number. I know you want to be at 62, but or maybe we made the cut in 60. Nah. I think maybe this is where we just got to be at, just to figure out what's going on with the deck, make some small changes, you know.
Yeah.
I think it looks a lot cleaner for sure, and these numbers look better, right?
Yeah.
We shoved in 7 more low blocks, and that's good enough. That's good enough to let me sleep at night. Any last minute thoughts?
I don't think so.
Okay, man. Let me know how it goes, okay?
Hey, sounds good.
You have a good one.
Yeah.
Peace.